Out and About TV. Travel, adventure, and RVs. Join Sharon and Tom each week as they travel America in a 30-foot trailer exploring and living the RV lifestyle. From trip and product reviews to RV show reports and an unfiltered look at life on the road. This is the show for you. Welcome.
What a day for a daydream, custom made for a daydreaming boy. Hey, happy spring, happy summer. Summertime is here. Tom McAuliffe with you here at Out and About TV. Thank you so much for stopping by. We really appreciate it. We got another great show for you. This week, we're going to be talking about first-time buyers and giving you some tips and some techniques to get you a great deal on your first rig. We're going to be talking about that. We're also going to talk about one of the things that are on my bucket list, the Albuquerque Balloon Fiesta. Happens every year, this year in October, out there in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and it is just stellar and has become like the Woodstock of RVing. And we're going to talk all about that. We're also going to talk about some really super important gear this week. We're going to talk about power management systems and protecting your electrical system in your rig. We're also going to do a monthly broadcaster roundup. This week, we've got RVing with Joe. We're going to talk about that. I am part of the nerd herd, the Josh nerd herd. I'm Tom McAuliffe, the wannabe Johnny Carson of the RV community, Out and About TV, where we cover the content creators. Thanks so much for coming by. Please like and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. Buckle up. Let's take it away.
At Out and About TV, we've done the legwork for you, watching, analyzing, and curating the top RV YouTube channels that cover everything from trailers and fifth wheels to vans and mobile homes. Whether you're a full-time RVer, a weekend warrior, or just a RV curious wannabe, we will help you find the very best channels and provide some unique content of our own. Channels that entertain, educate, and inspire with hosts that have the heart of a teacher. These RV YouTubers have turned their passion into full-time careers, influencing the RV community and even shaping industry trends. Stop by and we will examine what these channels are covering. And it is more than just entertainment. Just consider Out and About your personal digital campfire for all things RV.
This week's spotlight is on a Canadian YouTube broadcaster that has both a rich past and also a bright future covering recreational vehicles and the great outdoors. It is always fun and rewarding when a host obviously loves what he or she is doing. RVs with Joe is a mega popular YouTube channel and podcast offering insights into real-world life on the road is a perfect example. It is a weekly show where Joe shares his experiences traveling through North America, covering topics such as travel routes and trip reports, first-hand camping experiences, effective RV setups, and new products. His content has become known for its honest storytelling and practical advice. His style makes his delivery appealing to both seasoned campers and those new to the mobile lifestyle. He's currently very hot. He is landing interesting and rare interviews with RV industry leaders and influencers. One example is that he recently did an interview with the CEOs of Ember RV and the announcement of their new fifth wheel product. Joe has come a long way, and success means making choices, so adjustments had to be made. Last year, the decision to streamline his operation came, and so his channel, RV's Gone Wild, is now on its own channel on YouTube.com. RVing with Joe and its newer sister channel, RVing Unfiltered, are all about real-world RV life, with a strong mix of fun, chaos, and practical tips from the road. From crazy RV sightings and hilarious campground moments to scenic road trips across Canada and the US, these channels bring together stories, adventures, and lessons learned the hard way, but with a point of view that always has a sense of humor. Whether it's traveling with pets, testing out new RV gear, or tackling the quirks of RV parks and road trips, Joe keeps it authentic, entertaining, and full of ideas for anyone who loves RV life or camping and dreams of someday hitting the road. With a growing following, it is hoped Joe will continue to entertain and educate viewers for years to come. If you are into camping via your trailer, fifth wheel, or motorhome, his shows are on the list of must-watch viewing. We hope to have him on the show in the near future. Thanks for watching Out and About TV, where we cover the content creators. Join us every episode where we highlight and explore popular RV YouTube channels covering the camping, travel trailer, and motorhome communities. You can find Joe's videos on his YouTube channel here and listen to his podcast on platforms like Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Check it all out at YouTube RVing with Joe, and please join us next time. I'm correspondent Hope for Out and About TV. Thanks for listening.
It's time now for our first-time buyer survival guide for 2026. So you're thinking about buying an RV. That's exciting. It's also where a lot of people start to make mistakes, expensive mistakes. Today, we're going to walk you through how to get a really good deal and what dealers won't tell you, what you actually need and don't need, and how to avoid getting ripped off. I wonder if any trailer manufacturer will do what Saturn Motors did way back in the, 80s, where they just had one price for everybody. This was it. Here are the features, one price, walk in the door, no negotiation, boom. There's something to be said for that. Today, we're going to walk you through, though, how to get your best deal. And this is your first-time buyer survival guide. Now, step one, you got to know what you're buying and why. What kind of camping do you do? For who? Your whole family? Just your wife and you? Just yourself? Before you ever step on a dealer lot, you need to answer a few simple questions. The first is, what kind of RV traveler are you? Are you a weekend camper, cross-country traveler, full-timers, or do you want to go full-time eventually? You're going to do 4 seasons? That's a different kind of trailer than a regular trailer. Because the biggest mistakes first-timers make is buying the wrong RV for their lifestyle. Not too small, not too big, just wrong. Just wrong. Let's talk about the stuff that nobody likes to talk about out loud. You know, unlike other areas of the world, Americans aren't real good at bartering, not real good at haggling or negotiating. You take a trip over to the Middle East and negotiate for, one of those Oriental rugs, which I've got sitting right over there. Took me like 2 hours, and I had to pretend to walk away from the transaction or walk out of the shop. He chased me halfway down the block. No, Mr. McAuliffe, come back, please, please. So let's talk about the stuff that nobody likes to talk about. First off, dealers are not your enemy. They're trying to make a living just like everybody else. They want to serve you and make sure that you get a good, fair deal so that you'll come back. But they're not your advisor either. They're there to sell units, and that's what they do really well. There are a few things they're probably not going to volunteer. Number one, that pricing is flexible. That sticker price, it's just a starting point. It's not the finish line. It's just a suggestion. Now, they'll see it another way. So, no, that's our price. No, that's a suggestion. Number two, dealer add-ons are where they make most of their serious money. That and financing. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. I am not a big fan for after the sale warranties and stuff like rust proofing and all the other stuff. But we talk about dealer add-ons, paint protection, fabric protection, extended warranties, prep fees, transportation fees. Some of it has value, but a lot of it is negotiable. And some of it you don't need at all. There are must-have features and there are dealer add-ons. Or let's say that differently. There are must-have add-ons and there are like-to-have add-ons. I'll give you an example. Looking at a trailer that we're considering buying, and it's got a slide out. And so the dealer started talking to me about slide out toppers. And I said to myself, boy, that just sounds like and then I checked into it. And although they're like $500, $600, $700, they're really a smart purchase because they keep all that junk off the top of your slide out so that when you pull it in, all that junk doesn't wind up inside your rig or worse yet, inside the slide motor. Smart purchase. Keep your slide outs looking good with a slide out topper. So there are must-have features and then there are dealer add-ons, and it's vital to know the difference. And here's where you want to focus. Must-have features are things that affect how you actually live in the RV or that are going to protect the RV. Things like, first and foremost, the layout and floor plan. Does it feel comfortable? I'll give you an example. My wife didn't like the fact that some of the layouts had the bathroom in between the main living area and the bedroom. She didn't like the fact that you had to walk through the bathroom or that when you went into the bathroom, you could see into the master bedroom. So layout and floor plan, critical. Tank capacity. Going to be doing a lot of boondocking? tank capacity, storage space. How much cargo can this damn thing carry? It's important. Air conditioning and heating. For somebody like me who, bursts into flame at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, AC is a critical component. The electrical system, going to be doing some solar panels and solar power. That's critical. Those are your priorities. The dealer add-ons, those nice to have, those not must have, but nice to have dealer add-ons. Here's the key. You can add almost anything later on. Once you're out and about and you check out how you're going to camp, how you're going to use the rig, then take a look at adding some of those things. So buy the bones right, and then worry about the accessories later. Now let's talk about the meat on the bone. Negotiating. You're in the office, you're with the salesperson. He's talking about, oh, I'm going to have to take this to my sales manager. I don't know if they're going to go for this. This is really too good of a price. And we've never sold any of these units for that price. And yeah. This is important. Let's talk about getting a deal. The first rule is never fall in love on the lot. Well, I take that back. Do your research. Know what one or two purchase candidates you have to consider. Go to an RV show. RV shows are wonderful opportunities to walk through a rig, talk to the factory sales reps, and get a feel for the kind of rig that would do you and your family proud. The minute the dealer knows that you're emotionally attached, you or the missus, you've lost your leverage. I think second is, as I said, do your homework. Look up comparable units online. How much are they going for? What are used units going for? How does the rig hold its value? Know the average selling price, not just the MSRP. Take a look at RV Universe online. Third, be willing to walk away. Be willing to walk away. That's your strongest position. And here's a little insider tip. There are best times to buy. The best time to buy is at the end of the month, the end of the quarter, or the end of the model year. I also think that you'll get a better deal in the wintertime than you will at other times. I also think that you need to take a look at where you purchase your rig. I'm not a big fan of buying a brand new rig that's been sitting out in a yard in the sub-zero temperatures in the wintertime in the snow all year long. Not a big fan of that. Ideally, you find a rig that's been in a showroom. Yeah, it's been in a garage and undercover. It's like brand new, just off the factory floor. So, best time to buy too, I think, is in the numbers. And at the end of the month, end of the quarter, that kind of thing, that's when the dealers are trying to hit their quota numbers, and that's when deals get made. Sideline. I also think that it's important that you take a look at when the rig was made. I know some people don't, but I would never buy a rig that was made on a Monday or a Friday. I just wouldn't do it. I'm excited to see and hear that some manufacturers like Ember and Brinkley and Intech are actually rewarding their crews, their manufacturing crews, for making rigs that aren't effective. The less calls we have, the less warranty work we have, they get bonuses at the end of the year. So that their motivation is on quality. Their goal is quantity, not quantity. I think that's an exciting development. Next up, the pre-purchase inspection is non-negotiable. Go back and hear that 3 times. The pre-purchase inspection is non-negotiable. Before you finalize any purchase, be it new or used, and especially used, you want a pre-purchase inspection. You need to find yourself a local inspector, and you can do that through the RVIA, or just ask around, or go to a forum and ask. And you hire a certified RV inspector, and you let them go through the entire rig. And if the dealer won't hook the rig up to the power and to water, walk away. If they won't do that, what kind of warranty service are they going to give you? Yeah, I know. I've been down this road where everything's fine. I'm your best friend. Here's, have a drink, have coffee, everything. And then after, they won't answer your phone calls. So you go through with a fine-tooth comb and get it inspected, because once you sign, it's yours. It's your responsibility. And small problems in an RV can turn into big money items real quick. This step alone, having a pre-purchase inspection, will save you thousands. Now, here's the real big question for a lot of folks. Buy new or buy used? I'm toning myself. Sharon and I are going through this right now. And that's why it's exciting for this show, because a lot of the stuff that I'm doing for our purchase and our plans to go full-time next year, it all gels together, yeah? So the big question becomes, do you buy new or do you buy used? And what are the pros and cons of each? For new RVs, I think it's fairly straightforward. They come with warranties. They have the latest features. Nobody else has got in there and messed them up and used them. But they also depreciate quickly. They say that when you drive a rig off the lot, it's basically devalued by 30, sometimes 40%. And these new units, these new rigs also have break-in problems, issues that maybe weren't caught at the factory. Hopefully your inspector caught them. Once an inspector has delivered that report and you've gone through, I would provide a list, a punch list, just like buying a house. Boom, these items need to be taken care of before we move to the closing table. Yeah. So then there's used RVs. You know, they cost less. They've already taken the depreciation hit. And sometimes they come with upgrades. Sometimes they come with features that aren't available anymore. But they may have wear and tear, hidden issues, outdated systems. So what's the answer? There really isn't one. I'm sorry. There really isn't one. It depends on your budget, what your comfort level is. Are you a handy person with a wrench and socket? Can fix stuff? And what's your willingness to deal with that kind of stuff and deal with maintenance? A used rig is going to have more maintenance than a brand new one. But here's a good rule of thumb, at least it's been for me. If you're not handy and don't want to be, if you're not handy and don't want to be, but here's a good rule of thumb, at least it's been for me. If you're not handy and don't want to be, new might be a safer route. If you're comfortable with fixing things and you like to do that sort of thing, used might be a great value for you. And here's a bonus tip. Don't forget the gear. Don't forget the gear. You're going to need some extra stuff. You know, be it wheel covers or chocks, you know, any number of things. But you're going to, you know, power cables, water hose, water pressure regulator. You're going to need some extra gear. So build that into your budget. I was basically putting together a budget, and we're going to be doing a show on this shortly. Um, for our going full time, it's going to cost us about $3,200 for extras. You know, an EMS, which we're going to talk about here in a few minutes, and stuff like that. So don't forget the accessories. Things like surge protectors, water systems, sewer connections, hitch setup. These aren't extras, these are essentials. And they don't come with the unit most of the time. Sometimes you can find a used unit where the owner will throw in all those accessories. These essentials add up quickly, so make sure that they're part of your budget and the stuff you'll actually use for camping and RVing. One other thing, you're going to go into a Camping World or a local trailer supply store, and you're going to be blown away at all of the accessories that are available. Don't buy that. Don't buy all those. Wait until you've been in the unit 90 days and you find out what's going to be effective and what isn't. Before you start buying accessories, I would live in real. One last thing, and this is, I think, critical. Choosing the right dealer is as important as choosing the right rig. The relationship doesn't end when you sign the purchase contract. That's really when it begins. It begins when you drive off the lot. A good dealer is transparent on pricing, willing to explain fees and procedures, doesn't pressure you into quick decisions or unnecessary add-ons. Look at dealer reviews, but read between the lines, talk with people. How was your experience? And pay attention to the comments about service after the sale, not just the buying experience. Now, I'm a big believer in online reviews, but at the same time, somebody who's got an axe to grind, somebody who's not happy, is always going to be much more aggressive about posting those negative comments than somebody whose deal went smooth and didn't have any problems. Talk to people. Ask them, how was your experience? How did they handle warranty work for you? Do they prioritize customers who bought from them? What's their service turnaround time? Do they have certified technicians on site? What was their training and background? A great dealer will walk you through the process, stand behind the product, and be responsive when something goes wrong. I just spent $50,000 with you. The least you could do is pick up the phone. How responsive are they going to be when something goes wrong? Which in the RV world is an eventuality. Something will go wrong at some point. So in short, the best deal isn't always the lowest price. It's the dealer and its service that's a critical component of putting a great first-time deal together. Buying your first RV is exciting. At least it should be. It shouldn't be stressful. Do your homework. Take your time. Don't be afraid to ask questions. The goal is to buy the right RV at the right price for the way you want to camp. And if you do that, you're going to have one heck of a journey ahead of you. Please post your questions here or on our Facebook page. For Out and About, I'm Tom, and you get yourself a great deal on your first RV. from the air, from the land, the latest in news and perspectives. Each week, we'll give you the very latest on news from the RV and camping industries. Every October, in the deserts above New Mexico, something extraordinary happens. Every year, in the fall, in the skies above New Mexico, something extraordinary happens. No, I'm not talking about UFOs. As the sun begins to rise into the Sierra Mountains, the sky comes alive. Hundreds of hot air balloons of every color, shape, and size lift silently into the cool morning air, creating one of the most breathtaking sights you'll ever experience. The Albuquerque Balloon Fest has kind of become the Woodstock of RVing. People come there and camp out. Yeah. This is the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta, the largest hot air balloon festival in the world. It all began back in 1972 with just 13 balloons. Today, it attracts more than 500 pilots and nearly 1 million visitors from around the globe. For 9 days in the skies above Albuquerque, the skies above Albuquerque become a living canvas, filled with floating works of art, special shaped balloons, and coordinated mass ascensions that feel almost surreal. What many people don't realize is just how much precision goes into this festival and all the launches. Pilots carefully study the weather, watch wind speeds, direction, the multiple altitudes, because hot air balloons don't steer the way airplanes do. They rise and they fall, and they just ride the wind, which means that every flight is a partnership between the pilot and nature. But one of the many things that makes this event truly unique isn't just what happens in the sky, it's what happens on the ground. Before dawn, crowds gather in the cool desert air, coffee in hand, bundled up against the morning chill. There are many campgrounds near the festival site, including some campsites right on the festival grounds. And these crowds gather together in the cool morning air, and there's a quiet anticipation as the first burners fire up. Brief bursts of flame light the morning darkness. Crews move quickly, inflating massive envelopes that slowly take shape in the half-light, and then, almost without warning, the field comes alive, and one by one these huge balloons begin to rise. No engines, no noise. If you've ever experienced it, it's really quite strange. Huge, huge balloons silently rising into the sky. No engines, no noise, just a soft swoosh of hot air and the occasional cheer from the crowd. One of the most spectacular moments in the festival is the quote-unquote mass ascension, where hundreds of balloons launch in coordinated waves at the same time, filling the sky in every direction. And then there are the special shaped balloons, giant balloons shaped like animals, cartoon characters, political people, and creations that feel almost impossible. It really adds a sense of fun and wonder that makes the entire experience seem dreamlike. And I've always loved balloons, since attending the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade and the J.L. Hudson's Parade in Detroit and seeing these huge balloons. My dad was a Detroit firefighter and actually one year was one of the rope holders to a balloon in the Thanksgiving Day Parade in Detroit. Small little tidbit of information there. So it all adds a sense of fun and wonder. It makes the entire experience feel dreamlike. And for RV travelers, the balloon fiesta is something special. Thousands of RVers make the journey each year, turning the event into a rolling community, a rolling Woodstock. It's one of the most popular immersive choices in staying right on site at the festival park. For RV travelers, though, options fill up fast. There are people that have been coming to this event year after year, people who make their reservations a year in advance. Staying on site, though, puts you right in the middle of all the action. It's like the difference between staying at a national park or staying outside the park and coming in on a day pass. It's always better to stay right on the festival grounds. Staying on site puts you right in the middle of everything, and you can literally step out of your RV and watch the balloons lift off as you sip your coffee sitting outside your trailer. It's dry camping, however, so you'll want to come prepared, but for many, this is the ultimate way to experience the event. Despite any limitations of booking a site here, really just a parking space, it'll put you right in the middle of the action. You'll wake up and the show will already be underway. It's one of the few places where your front yard becomes the event itself. If you're looking for full hookups and a bit more comfort, there are several campgrounds nearby. Parks like the Albuquerque North KOA. It offers easy access, clean facilities, and more traditional campground experiences. Others, like the Coronado Campground, provide a quieter, more relaxed setting near the Rio Grande. And for something with a little bit more personality, places like the Enchanted Trails RV Park or the Enchanted Trails Trading Post bring a unique Route 66 charm to your stay. For something with a little bit more personality, places like the Enchanted Trails RV Park and Trading Post bring a unique Route 66 charm to your stay. But the key is, no matter where you stay, you need to book early, because during the Balloon Fiesta, space fills up fast. I can't emphasize that enough. Whether you stay on site or nearby, RV spaces for the Balloon Fiesta are always in high demand, and the closer you are, the more immersive your experience becomes, and also the more expensive it's going to be. There is some camping at state parks. For those who prefer a more rustic state park-like experience, there's Hyde Memorial State Park Campground. It's a bit of a drive, about an hour north, but it offers cool mountain air, beautiful views, and a completely different atmosphere. If you're extending your trip beyond the event, there are other state parks nearby, including Fenton Lake State Park, Villanueva State Park, and Blue Water Lake State Park. So there are some other options. And the big decision is really where you stay, because staying on site may be a little bit rougher, but it puts you right in the middle of the experience. And it's not just the mornings that make the event special. At night, the festival transforms once again. During the famous balloon glow, dozens of balloons remain tethered to the ground, lighting up the field in synchronized bursts of light. The burners fire together, illuminating the balloons like giant lanterns against the desert sky. It's really quite something to see, at least according to the pictures. Sharon and I haven't been there yet. This is on our bucket list. It's part art show, part light display, something you truly have to see to believe, and it's a non-stop party. If you're planning a trip, timing is everything. Early mornings can be cold and even freezing, so layers are essential. And while daytime temperatures are comfortable, the desert climate means that those early hours can catch you off guard, and the afternoons can be quite warm. Wind conditions also play a role. Some mornings, launches may be delayed or even canceled because of the wind. But that's the unpredictability is part of what makes the experience real and memorable. From packed RV fields just steps from the action to quieter parks just a short drive away, there's a camping style here for just about everyone. Now, if you're looking for a true state park experience, you won't find it right next to the Balloon Festia. You won't find it right next to the Balloon Festival grounds, but within about an hour to an hour and a half away, you've got some fantastic options in the mountains and along the rivers. Perfect for extending your trip and getting a completely different New Mexico experience. Now let's talk about cost, because that's always part of the equation. For most RV travelers planning a week to 10 days, here's a realistic financial breakdown. So for general admission tickets, they're going to run you about 15 to 20 bucks per person per day. For two people over the course of a week, you're looking at around 200 bucks. Camping on site typically runs about $40 to $75 a night. Nearby RV parks with full hookups can range from $75 to $100 a night during the festival. Fuel, of course, depends on how far you're traveling, but for many, that can range from a few $100s to over $1,000. If you're driving in daily rather than staying on site, parking can add another $20 a day. So all in, for a week to 10 days, most RV travelers will spend somewhere between $1,500 to $2,500, depending on how far you're coming and how you like to travel. Overall, for this level of experience, I think that's a bargain. Realistically, for a week to 10 days at the Balloon Fiesta, most RV travelers are going to spend somewhere between $1,500 and $2,500, as I said, depending on how far you're coming and how you like to travel. If you're out eating steak and high-end seafood every night, it's going to be more expensive. But no matter what, for those who make the trip, it will be worth it, because this isn't just an event, it's an experience. And it's an experience that brings together travelers, families, photographers, and dreamers, all looking up at the same sky. For the ultimate in optional splurges, consider actually going up yourself. If you want to go up in a balloon ride, it costs about $300 to $400 per person. Or you can do a champagne flight, and they can go for sometimes upwards of $1,000. Chocolate covered strawberries and champagne, but both are unforgettable. In the western crisp fall air on a few unforgettable mornings in October, the sky belongs to the balloons. If you ever get the chance to see it in person, take it, because moments like this don't come around very often, and life is short. If you've been to the Balloon Fiesta, we'd love to hear about it. Please drop us a line in the comments below or stop by our Facebook page and tell us of your experience. For Out and About TV, I'm Tom, and I'll see you up, and away in a beautiful balloon. Let's talk about something that doesn't get too much attention until it's too late. RV power protection. It's shocking to think that some people haven't thought about this, especially when you consider that a rig's electrical system is really kind of the most expensive system on board. You fry your electrical system, and you might as well sell the rig, because you'll have to rewire it, and it's a nightmare. So let's talk about something important: RV power protection. Because if you're plugging into campground electricity without some form of protection, you're taking a big risk, not a small one. You're taking a big risk, not a small one. So why does this matter? When you pull into a campground and hook up your RV's electrical system, you're trusting whatever power is coming out of that pedestal. And frankly, sometimes it's a real gamble. And the truth is, not all campground power is created equal. I mean, if you go up to a pedestal and it looks like it was built in 1967, it's got burn marks around the outlets and stuff, and yeah. So let's talk about potential power issues like voltage spikes, low voltage conditions, miswired pedestals, opened grounds, reverse polarities. These are all problems that are fairly common. And any one of those can damage your air conditioner, your refrigerator, your converter, or even your entire electrical system. and repairs run into the thousands. So the question becomes, when plugging into the wrong electrical system can destroy your rig, how do you protect yourself and your investment? First, let's understand the difference between a surge protector and an EMS, or a energy management system. There are two main types of protection systems that RV users use: basic surge protectors, which in my opinion are basically useless, and full energy and electrical management systems, often called EMS. A basic surge protector is just that. It protects against a sudden spike in power, and that's it. But an EMS system goes much further. It constantly monitors the power coming into your RV, and if something isn't right, it shuts the power off before damage can occur. Think of it as the difference between a smoke alarm and a full fire suppression system. I love my emergency power system, emergency management system. We're going to talk about it. I can actually control the entire rig from my cell phone. So let's talk about these solutions. Number one is the Bulldog, or the Watchdog. One of the most popular and frankly most user-friendly systems out there. This is a portable electrical management system that plugs directly into the campground pedestal. And one of the things that make it stand out is it's designed for real-world use. It features a simple color-coded LED light system that lets you know exactly what the status of your power is. Green means you're good to go. Red, there's a problem. But where it really shines, in my opinion, is its smart features. Many models now offer 24/7 Bluetooth connectivity, which means you can monitor your RV's electrical system right from your phone, 24/7, from anywhere in the world. You can see voltage levels, power usage, and get alerts if something goes wrong. And here's another big advantage. The surge module is replaceable. So if you have a problem, instead of replacing the whole unit, you can just replace that little module. That's a smart design, and one of the reasons a lot of RVers swear by it. Another strong contender is the EMS system from Progressive Industries. They're a major player in the space. They've been around a long time and are known for building extremely reliable electrical management systems. Their units are available in both portable and hardwire editions. So that basically all you do is plug into the pedestal, plug into your rig, and internally in your rig, there is a power management system that's going to protect all your electrical stuff. The hardwire systems are installed directly in your RV, which means that there's no setup at the pedestal. There's no chance of theft. Theft of these things is a big thing. That's why you'll notice in some of the pictures a little lock thing that you can lock the unit up to the pedestal. Progressive units continually monitor voltage and wiring conditions and will automatically shut down power if something goes out of range. They might not have the same visual flair or marketing expertise as others, but they are a reliable and a very strongly built solution with dependability and performance. So check them out from Progressive Industries. Another great solution is called Surge Guard from Southwire. Their Surge Guard line, these systems are widely used and offer a solid balance of protection, features, and price point. Like the others, they monitor for voltage issues, wiring faults, surge events, and many models also include time delay features, which protect your air conditioner when the power is restored. Campground loses its power, and then power comes back on, there's a big surge. Yeah, you need protection for that. And like the Bulldog units, some Surge Guard models now offer remote monitoring capabilities. So again, you see the shift in the industry towards smarter and more connected power management systems. Now let's talk about something that confuses a lot of people: the difference between 30 amp versus 50 amp systems. A 30 amp RV uses a single 120 volt line. That gives you about 3,600 watts of available power. A 50 amp RV, on the other hand, uses two 120 volt lines. That gives you up to 12,000 watts of power. So if you've got two air conditioners, you almost have to have a 50 amp power system. We're talking about the difference in capacity. And here's why it's critical that your surge protector or EMS system matches your RV's power. If you've got a 50 amp rig, you need a 50 amp power supply system. Now you can use adapters. That's kind of kludgy, but your protection device should always match your primary power setup. You've got a 30 amp system, you ought to have a 30 amp power supply protector. Now let's scope out some smart features available now. One of the biggest changes in recent years has been the addition of smart technology to this and many other products in the RV space. Bluetooth-enabled systems allow you to monitor the voltage, like we say, in real time, track power usage, get alerts on your phone. So instead of guessing at what's going on in your rig, you'll know. And that kind of information gives you peace of mind, especially when you're running high-demand systems like air conditioning. You go off hiking up to the top of the mountain, Fido is left inside for whatever reason. Got to make sure that, your furry friends are protected. So here's some real-world advice and the bottom line. If you're serious about protecting your RV and your investment, and that the prices of RVs today, who isn't? This is not optional gear. It's essential, because all it takes is one bad pedestal. All it takes is one surge, one wiring issue, and you could be dealing with a repair bill that ruins your trip, or worse, costs more than the actual rig is worth. So whether you go with something like my personal favorite, the Bulldog Watchdog, or a Progressive Industries Systems, or a Surge Guard, the important thing is that you have something in place before you plug that rig in. Because when it comes to electrical systems, it's not if something is going to go wrong, it's when something is going to go wrong. And being prepared can make all the difference. It's cheap insurance. Get yourself an EMS system. I'm Tom McAuliffe for Out and About. It's been electrifying. See you next time. Hey, thanks so much for coming by. I really appreciate it. I'm so excited. Sharon's coming back from Europe. My beard hasn't really filled in very well. It's my first beard. Well, maybe I'll get a little bit more fill in between now and the time she comes home. So we're real super excited to have her back. She's going to be talking all about caravanning in Europe and some culinary delights that she has discovered over there that you can weave into your camping cuisine. So we're excited about having her back. And we'd love to hear from you. I also found it interesting, this recent RIVA report that Bish's publicized, saying that 62% of trailer owners are under 40. And that's kind of a switch. The young people are embracing RVing in a more active way. Please like and subscribe. We really appreciate it. And please let us know what you would like to see in the show. Coming up, we've got some interviews. We've been working on getting some interviews for you. Don't be afraid, you guys. I won't bite. I won't ask really super tough questions. You can come on the show and talk about anything you want. So, and what do we got? Let me see what we got coming up. This is show number 9. So really over the past month, we have been turning and burning. Some ideas and some features we've got coming up is tow vehicle matchmaking. How can you make sure that the tow vehicle that you currently have or that you're going to buy will tow the rig that you're considering buying or the rig that you have? What are some things, what are some numbers we can crunch to make sure that that's a reality? So tow vehicle matchmaking. We're also going to have a feature about inside the RV industry, who makes what, who's responsible for which brands, the musical chairs that is the management in RVs, and also customizing your rig. How to customize your rig so it'll truly be your mobile home on wheels. We've got some trip reports coming up. We just did a wonderful 2-night stay at the Blackwater River State Forest here in Northwest Florida. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Interlochen State Park, one of the oldest state parks in America, up in Traverse City, Michigan. We're going to talk about Arcadia National Park in Maine, beautiful Maine, up where my mother-in-law lives. What else? Oh, gear segments. We're going to talk about weather radios. And they're important, especially down here in Florida with hurricane season or the 10 radios in the Midwest. Need to have a good weather radio. What features should you look for, and what are some good ones? Hey, thanks so much for coming by. I'm Tom McAuliffe. My beautiful bride is going to be home soon. I'm a happy camper. Get out there and enjoy Mother Nature, and we'll see you out and about.